This might be like record timing of me getting ready for stream, I swear. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hello. Hello. How was everybody's Sunday? I worked, as always. So the crack isn't even meant to be. No. Crack was so when I got my first Xbox 360 back Christmas of 2010, you know, you had to sign up for Xbox Live, and I wanted it to be Bratwurst and Crackers, but because of the 16 character limit, I could only fit Bratwurst and Crack. So that's how Bratwurst and Crack came to be. It's not the illegal drug. No. The LSC is part of my content career names. Many thought it was from the PS1 game, the same name, but I got from Twisted Metal Black. Used today. Use some content creator editing. Cool. Yeah, I had to work. I have to work tomorrow too. Holiday, and I still have to work, but that's what happens when you work a rotating schedule like I do, because I work 6 days and then I'm off 3. So it's just the job kind of chose me. I mean, I got it right out of college, and they were like, "Hey, you know, come work for us, make some money." I'm like, "Well, I don't have a job." You know, I had a job. I was working at a gas station actually. Um, I was about to become one of the assistant managers of a gas station, and they called me up and they were like, "Oh, here we have an opening. You want it? We want to come in for an interview?" So I was like, "Yeah, whatever." I mean, it was a lot more money than what I was making at the gas station, so I couldn't say no, right? And over 12 years later, I'm still there, and it pays the bills. But work wasn't too bad today. I was super exhausted, to be honest. And I came home. I actually came home, and my wife and kids went to a festival earlier in the day, and they weren't back yet. So I came home and I laid down in bed for like an hour. I actually slept for probably about 45 minutes of it. I was tired, and I'm tired now. I was gonna go live. If you guys saw my post, I put out a celebratory post for 50 subscribers to thank you guys, because you guys are freaking awesome. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Give it a like. Hopefully, more people from the community see it. But yep, we're officially over the 50 subscriber hump. I wanted to wait until we had a little bit of room before I made the post. And I just want to thank you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I said in the post that I was going to go live around 8:30, but kids barely slept today because they went all around town and went to that festival and came home and ate and did bath time and all of that. But they were tired, so they went to bed early. My wife's already in bed. She's probably swiping away, going down the real rabbit hole like we all tend to do before we go to bed. And so I laid there and talked with her for a little bit before I was like, well, I'm going to go drive my virtual race car around tracks and try not to hit people. So thank you, Rocco. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys would have told me that, 50 subscribers in just over a month and a half, I would have called you crazy. But I'm so glad that I met you guys, and you guys have been really supportive and been there for me. And I try to be there for you guys as much as I can, even though I feel like every time everybody's streaming, I'm like, I'm just like, hey, lurking at work, dropping the like. I'm here, but I can't talk a whole lot because I also have to mute you guys too. But I'm there reading chat and trying to participate as much as I can, even though I'm working. But anywho, y'all know the name of the game. You all know the name of the game. It's iRacing. So we are 900ths off of our Class A license. So we're gonna run a few time trials. Based on what we saw last night from other people that were running the time trials the same time I was, if we do 2 12-lap sessions in the time trials with no incidents, we should get over the hump and we'll have our A-class license and we'll be set up to run IMSA for next season, which will be good. And it'll also give us some wiggle room so that, you know, next week we can play around and do a few things without having to worry too much about losing too much safety rating. So hopefully we won't have to scramble, you know, towards the end of next week trying to make it so that we keep our A license for next season. Found the post. I know I try to do live streams or premieres when I'm able to do them, and I try to show support. Dude, I feel like you are here pretty much every single live stream, like at least for the beginning and everything. Like you're here, you're saying hi, and I just, the support from you all is unreal. You guys are awesome. But like last night, I say it every time we do time trials at the beginning. We don't even practice. We go in and I say, okay, I'm not going to push. We're not going to get any incident points. And then like within the first like 5 minutes, I get an incident and then I rage. And so we're not going to do that tonight. Once tires get warmed up and everything, then we'll loosen it up and we'll give it a little bit of gas and we'll try and improve on some of the lines that we're running. But otherwise, we're going to keep it clean. We're going to get this promotion done. Been known to stream jump at times. Oh, yeah, no, I feel like today there were like 4 or 5 from Phil's community. Like, I think Rocco was live and a few others. And so I'm like, oh crap, everybody's live at the same time. So I'm like trying to go to everybody and be like, hey, I'm here. I know you probably just saw me typing in so-and-so's chat, but I'm here in yours too. Like, just trying to show everybody individual support too. Because you all do that really well for me. So it's the least I could do. Now that school started, I feel like I can barely catch anyone's streams. Yeah, that's kind of the sucky thing about, working and stuff is, I can't have the volume on. I mean, I can't have the volume on, but it's rude. And in my job, it's best if I keep it muted so that, if people knew that I was watching like 10 YouTube streams a day while at work, they probably wouldn't be happy about it. But although considering doing a live stream, dude, you do one on Thursday. I'm off work, so I think I have notifications on for you. So you go live Thursday. I'm off work all day, so I will definitely, no matter what time it is, I'll hop in. I forgot to turn on the wheel. We're gonna watch it go spinny spin. You guys should be able to see my wheel. Yep. Oh, the logo's kind of blocking the wheel, but you guys see the wheel go spinny spin spin. Dark mode's already on. Yep. All right, we're gonna kill the music. Kill the music. We gonna start going stream twice today, and I streamed at the exact same time twice. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, Phil's stream went down, and then I'd be in somebody else's stream, lurking, and then I'd look at my notification, and it'll say, oh, 30 minutes ago, Phil went live. I'm like, what is up? Like, I didn't know if he was having stream problems or what was going on, but it was like the other day he went live like 3 different times. I'm like, oh my god. Dropping all the likes though. When I started as a content creator, I was still in school and it was a challenge to do school and content. Yeah, dude, like between being a dad and working full time, you know, trying to be a good husband, work, and then doing this, like, you know, launching the YouTube channel and everything. I'm like, my day's pretty full. My day's pretty full, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking at my screen right now and we're driving and I'm like, I feel like I'm locked in. It's probably because I took that day off and then we drove for about 2.5 hours yesterday. So I don't know. I'm just looking at the screen. I'm feeling real good. Hard to believe that I started back in 2002 with written guides. That is nuts. His first stream had audio issues, so he restarted it. Then I think he took a lunch break. Oh, gotcha. I streamed like 9 hours today to catch up on my lack of streams. Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, especially on weekends when you got the time. Like, tomorrow, I might stream tomorrow night. I haven't exactly decided quite yet whether I'm going to stream tomorrow night or not. I might take tomorrow just to kind of hang out and watch whoever's live. You know, just kind of chill. Although I should probably practice somewhere, because I can't remember. My short-term memory sucks, so I can't remember where a lot of series that I'm interested in are racing next week, because next week's week 12, so it's pretty much the end of, you know, end of the schedule for a lot of series, because week 13 is pretty much like a, okay, these cars are going to be at this track, and then we're experimenting with this, and so week 13 of a season is usually where they're like, okay, this sounds kind of crazy, but let's do this with these cars at this track. So week 13 means nothing. A lot of the races you're going to run, it won't affect your I rating or your safety rating. So next week is like the last week to try and, you know, make a push to gain some I rating. So I haven't decided where we're going to race next week. I would rather it be in the GT3. Part of me thinks that running Ringmeister, so doing the Nurburgring series, would actually be probably a good idea if I'm trying to get ready to do the Nurburgring Endurance Championship. Has their race on September 20th, which is when my family's going on vacation without me, and I'm going to be hanging out with you guys an awful lot and streaming an awful lot. So I think that maybe running the series there next week would probably be good practice for that endurance race. So that might be what we do, but I haven't decided yet. I do want to stay in the GT3s because I don't want to get, like last night, out of rage and trying to get the safety rating that we needed to get the promotion. I got into the M2 and I felt so uncomfortable. I felt really uncomfortable. The wheel was so light and was just like flying everywhere. I'm like, no force feedback because the car is so slow. I'm like, okay. So we've been in the GT3s for a couple weeks now, hitting it really hard. So I really don't want to I don't want to go into something slower. You know, just because I don't want to get used to a slower car, like going back to the M2s and then turning around and trying to jump back into the GT3s and feeling rusty. I still do written guides, but when I started doing them, the only plain text and the option to do it to mirror wiki. Gotcha. Yeah, that's wild, Steven. That's wild. Where are they going that you can't go? They are going down to Tennessee. I couldn't get the time off of work because they're going to go for a week. And just due to, like, daycare schedule, and I had a surgery in April, that I had to take a week off for. And but right before my surgery, I went to Michigan for a few days with my best friend. And so between that and taking all my time off for the kids, and then you know, just taking time off because of daycare issues, and when daycare is, you know, daycare providers need vacations too, so basically when they're on vacation, I have to take vacation. But it just didn't line up with her family, so I couldn't get the time off, so I'm going to be here at home hanging out with you guys, racing cars and streaming and eating junk food and Doritos and pop, and it's going to be I'm going to miss my family, but it'll be good. It'll be good. You know, act like a teenager again, you know, during the summer when you can stay up super late and eat whatever you want. It'll be fun. We'll have fun. But I'm definitely going to, I probably will cry. I'm not going to lie. I probably will cry once or twice while they're gone because I will miss my kids. But it'll be good. Why I went up into 6th, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And that chicane really sucked. Well, sounds like a fun time for everyone. Yeah, like, it'll be good to have a break and kind of get a reset. You know, like a mental reset for me. You know, the only responsibilities that I'll have, you know, while they're gone will be to myself and, you know, my job when I do have to work. But I'm going to have 4 days with no wife and no kids. So, you know, zero responsibilities. Oh, that was terrible. But, yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to have fun. But we're going to have a good time. But, so that first day they're gone is the, is when the Nurburgring Endurance Championship series runs that weekend. So I do want to try and see if we can get ready to do that. Our buddy Andy at Viva La Vox Racing, he does endurance, and when he was in stream last week, I think it was last weekend or so, or early last week, he pretty much told me that if I can get down to like an 8 even, that I'd do fine in my split for Nurburgring. So that's kind of the goal. Is we'll probably do some practice at the Nurburgring, see if we can hit an 8-minute and go from there. Alright, we're going to take this lap a little serious here, because all our times are really slow. No, we didn't brake hard enough. I might even break out the PS5 and get on Gran Turismo a little bit with you guys. Terrible. Nearly had it, but It might also depend on what the daily races are on Gran Turismo 7 that week too. Because I would like to get on Gran Turismo 7 and do a few things. Get back in my 2018 GT race car. That was lazy braking, but I can get more gas there. Open lobbies will always be better. I agree. I definitely want to get in some open lobbies, and actually, I promise I will actually calibrate my pedals this time so that I'm not punting people. That's what happened like 3 weeks ago when I got into a lobby, one of Moto's lobbies, and then I accidentally punted somebody, and then somebody was like, kick him! I'm like, no dude, it was an accident. I'm not an asshole, I promise. Like, I promise, I'm not a bad person. They did say I was dirty. I was like, no, dude, it's just, I'm coming from iRacing after playing iRacing for like a month, like it just didn't feel the same. It's gonna take me a minute to lock in here. And then, after some more stuff happened, I was like, all right, well, you know what, I'm just done. Like, you guys enjoy yourselves. I'll just watch. And then after I thought about it, I was like, oh, I didn't calibrate my brake pedals because I hadn't used my new, because I run the CLUBSPORT V3s by FANATEC, and I hadn't calibrated them on the PS5 yet, so that was my bad. That was sloppy, but we had to do what we had to do to save the lap, because we are getting this promotion tonight. No ands, ifs, or buts. We are getting it tonight. Stream will not stop until we get this promotion. And I mean that. We're not getting off here until we get the promotion. Last night it got way too late. Dude, Brandon, Fate, what's up? We're getting that promotion tonight. Don't jinx us yet, but we're on lap 8, I think, right now. We have no incident points. So if we run 2 12-lap sessions on the time trials, we should be good to go. Oh, that line was a lot better, wasn't it? Oh, that was close. Ooh, that made my heart stop. Oh my god. That was a good save. I was feeling it. We were actually doing better than our optimal lap, and yeah, we saved it. That would have been 2 incident points for losing control, and then we would have been doing this time trial for nothing, pretty much. So that was a good save. Bro, what? Why'd they suspend my boy? What'd they suspend you for? That's crazy. What? That's crazy. I streamed earlier just the data from the Formula 1 race and Twitch didn't like it. Really now? Weird. Where was Formula at today? Not even the race, just the data, like intervals. What? Zandvoort. Cool. Yeah, I totally spaced out. I had no idea. I think there was some Nurburgring stuff going on today, I think, on GT World, but... Oh, Verstappen home race. Uh-oh. Well, did Verstappen win? Did he win his home race? That was sketchy. Nope, second. Means we're pretty good this week. Yeah. Piastri. Piastri. In his rookie year, Isaac Hajar. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Podiums are good. Podiums are good. What Ricky Bobby says doesn't pertain to us. You know, podium's podium. If you're not first, your last doesn't work. Kimi crashed out like Leclerc. Both Ferraris DNF. Ha. Serves Ferrari right. I'm not a huge fan of Ferrari, so... Yep, not a big fan of Ferrari. 2 more laps. 2 more laps. Didn't brake hard enough. Here he got his tires up to temp, started attacking. Hold on, I'll read it here in a sec. Got too close to understeer when it's Charles. Ah, that sucks though. That does suck. And there's the off track. Nope, we saved it. Ow! How did we save that? That was crazy lucky. Lewis went wide into turn 3 and hit the wall. Ew. Yeah, I totally spaced out and I didn't even remember there was a race today. Final lap. Somehow that was still our fastest lap of this time trial. It's early 9. It was during 9 o'clock. Yeah, so it would have been, what, 8 o'clock for me? Last lap. Yeah, that was crappy, but... Alright, that's lap 12. Okay. Look at that. 12 laps. No incidents. We finally did it. Now this should get us either 4 or 500ths. Man, look at Greggy on. Greggy's he's racing too, or he's at least looking at stuff. Um is the endurance series over for the year, or is there like one more? I feel like there's one or two more, right? For WEC. I feel like there's a couple more. There we go. That's what we'd like to see, ladies and gentlemen. 12 clean laps, no incidents, plus 500ths, half a tenth. That's what we needed. We're going to go right back into it. Even being in Eastern Standard Time and New York as well, I'm not sure. Watch race at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is a good race time. Yeah, on a weekend if I didn't work weekends. That's pretty much where I'm at. Because over in the Netherlands, it'd probably be like, what, 3 in the afternoon? I think Netherlands would be like 3 in the afternoon for Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I wake up for all the Formula One races. Typically, they're like 5 a.m. Yeah, they usually are because they usually run them in the morning. But that must have been an afternoon race for them over in Europe. Oh, you won't watch the Suzuka? Ugh, ew. There's Greggy. We were just talking about you. We were just talking about you, Greggy. Try being West Coast every race 6 a.m. wake up time. Yep, pretty much. I saw you were on iRacing. Are you actually doing anything tonight, Greg? Yeah, I think Greg's ears were burning because we were just talking about him like 3 minutes ago. Hopefully, bad things. Oh, you want them to be bad things? Okay. Oh, just looking around. Yeah, I need to sit and try and think about what I'm gonna run next week since week 13 is pretty much a throwaway week. We can pretty much just cause a whole lot of shenanigans and not care because, no I rating or there are some races that you can, you know, get I rating and stuff on, but Instagram story is so unfortunate. Look at that, Brandon and Greggy being friends on Instagram. Were you guys friends before meeting and or did you guys meet in my stream? I'm interested to know. Did you guys meet like through social media already before I came along and I did ovals for the first time and got D-classed in 4 races? Dude, I am I think I think when my family goes on vacation, I'm gonna run some GT3 stuff, and then I think I'm gonna dabble in the ovals. Yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure I got my A license before season end and keep it that way. That way, if IMSA seems to be have a pretty good schedule, then we can run we can run IMSA. Oh, TikTok, gotcha. Small world found each other on TikTok, and then randomly we're both in here too. That's just kind of how the way the world works, I guess. Yeah, I might mess with GT4 3's formula. Yeah, I just the problem is I want to do all of it. I want to do ovals, I want to do formula, I want to do GT3s, I want to do GT4s. I want to do all of it. Why is that rear view on? I've never seen the rear view camera on. Like, I have the mirror. I've never seen the camera on. Why is it on? Weird. How about the BMW M4 for a hosted session on Saturday and loved it? Dude, the M4, like, BMW, as far as, like, the GT4s and GT3s, I love them. Absolutely love them. They are a good all-around sports car. Well, heck, guys. Me, Greggy, Brandon, we can all do a Nurburgring on the 20th. Let's all get on Nurburgring practice, and we can run the NEC on the 20th. What we could do, for really crazy, is we could run the 2 sessions on Saturday that aren't 2 a.m., and then we can run the one on Sunday too, because I'll be off all weekend. We can run 3 NEC races. And they're only 4 hours too, so it's not like too terrible. But I'm a big Volkswagen Audi group fan. Gotcha. I like BMW. I like BMW and I like Porsche a lot. I think the Nurburgring Endurance Championship is Class C. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Nurburgring Endurance Championship is Class C. We're just pushing for the A license just so that we can do IMSA next season. I feel like if I turn that camera off, it'll help my frames a little bit too. What are we running at? Oh, we're running between 90 and 100 and now down to 75. What are we doing? Porsche I consider VW Group. Okay. A lot of their parts carry out. Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Okay, yeah, I'm down. I need to practice. Oh, okay. Well, Brandon, you and I can talk. Greg, dude, come on now. If Brandon wants to do it, then we can do a 3-man team for a 4-hour race. Because I'm pretty sure the stints are... I think the stints are, what, 8-ish laps? I'm trying to remember how long a stint on Nürburgring is. It's like either 7 or 8 laps, I think. And 4 hours. I'm trying to think of how many stints we would have to do. Because it would probably be like, if we did a 3-man team, it'd probably be like, what? Be like 6, maybe 7 stints. So it'd probably be closer to 6 stints, I think. So we would each run 2 stints. When it comes to Group 3 cars in GT7, for example, I'm partial to Porsche and Lamborghini. I'm partial to Ford on Gran Turismo because what's considered the GTE on iRacing is a Group 3 on Gran Turismo. So the Ford GT race car is my car. The Ford GT race car on Gran Turismo 7 is my baby. So at some point I'll do GTEs, the GTE series, just so I can drive the Ford race car, but the Ford race car that is not a Mustang. Depends what car it is. I would push for us to run in the M4, I'm not gonna lie. Are we talking about an iRacing Endurance or a GT7 Endurance? iRacing Endurance. I'll show you guys once we get this time trial done. I'll show you guys what I mean. Because there's, you know, a million different series that you can run during the course of a season, and this will be the first endurance race that I'm actually able to race. since starting because of my work schedule and my family schedule and stuff. So it'd be my first endurance race. Because I was like, if I got to run a 4-hour race on my own, I'm not opposed to doing that. But what I might do is I might run like the first one solo, and then the last time slot of the night, I might, if we do the late time slot, I might, you know, we would run that one as a team, but I'd probably do the first one on my own. So I would be nice and warmed up. I'd be super warmed up by the time we did a group one. Nurburgring. Give me a second, I'll read chat. Yeah, Greg, I would probably push for us to run the M4 just because it's a good all-rounder. It's actually very, 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 very good at Nurburgring. Between the Porsche and the BMW, I would say they're definitely one of the top, two of the top picks for Nurburgring. So it'd be, the M4 would be a solid choice. The full Nurb I'm not great at. Yep, it's the full Nurb. The full Nurbies. I mean, I've literally driven one full clean lap at Nurburgring full, so that's why pretty much starting like after we get this license and everything, I'm pretty much gonna have to practice Nurburgring every single day. You already own the M4. Yep. Then Brandon, then you better we can talk about it. We can do shenanigans. We can do shenanigans together. Dude, Plague, what's up? Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna get that promotion tonight. Yeah, sorry I couldn't chat a whole lot in your stream because I was at work earlier today, and I had you muted. I suck at lip reading, so I was there for support. I felt like he'd finished 6th in Manu Cup and GT7 and 20th at the full Nurb. Hey, 6th is good. 6th is good. I didn't practice this have to get the M4 tomorrow then. Let's do it. We can talk about what time slot we want to run together. Like I said, I probably do want to do one solo just to, you know, see what it feels like to do 4 hours on my own. But I mean, I might be crazy enough to run 3 of them. I might do 2 Saturday and then do 1 Sunday. And that was in the rain. Dude, that's what I'm afraid of too, is I'm going to have to practice Nurburgring first. I'm going to have to learn the whole track. Then I'm going to have to really work on my rain driving. Plus, I don't know, there's a chance that it might be at night. I think there's a random chance that it could be at night, so then I'm going to have to really work on my night driving, which is going to be terrible with my glaucoma and everything. Because me driving at night, even in real life, is kind of sketchy. Is Wild solo? Yeah, I just want to do it just so I can say I did it. But obviously we're just doing it for fun, and my goal would pretty much to be just to cross the finish line and not, you know, not get a DNF. Le Mans is easier. I would do Le Mans in a 6-hour, like, immediately before I would even be like, if I had the choice between Le Mans 6-hour and a Nurburgring 4-hour, I would choose Le Mans. I really like Le Mans, and that's why it kind of stinks that iRacing can't do a 24 at Le Mans. The adaptive AI now is really cool. I'll have to check it out. Because what we're also going to have to do is we're going to have to test how my graphics card does with, you know, a million cars on track and, you know, all these online connections and server crap. And so we're going to have to test that. So yeah, I'm really gonna have to practice. And driving in the rain, I'm not great at, but I'm not terrible, I guess. Because I feel like pretty much the secret to racing in the rain is just do not, you're gonna shift early a lot. And you're going to be very selective of when you shift down. Qualified teams finished second and had some rain. Yeah, that's cool, dude. Feel I do better on dry surface than I am in wet. Felt lucky to have a couple good finishes in wet conditions. Yeah, I am very, very limited in the wet track condition department. Very limited. We're already halfway through this time trial. We're going really slow, but we're going to kick it up a notch because our tires are definitely warm. The races who got a couple of penalties. What was the brand of your rig again? SUPPLEUER. It's like SUPLLUEER. SUPLLUEER on Amazon. And it was like, I think it was like just under $600. And I mean, it's holding up great. It's, you know, it's aluminum profile. It's good. It's fine. It does the job. And it was the only one that had it came with the triple monitor mount, which is what I wanted to do, which was why I bought it, because I didn't have to buy the profile and then the triple monitor mount separate. It all came together. Oop, turned the pit limiter on accident. The chair, yes, and the chair came with it. The chair is okay-ish. You can tell that it's not a very good chair. But I mean, you've seen me do on my days off when my kids have gone to daycare and stuff. You've seen me do 6 or 7 hour streams sitting in this chair, so I can already tell that some of the cushioning is already crap, but it's not like the most it's not like the most uncomfortable chair that I've sat in, but it's definitely nowhere near the best. I would say getting it, being able to get the rig, the monitor, triple monitor mount is worth the $600. And then the chair is just something that after, 6 months or so, you're probably going to want to replace it anyway. So what chair I'm going to replace it with, I haven't decided yet. It kind of just comes down to financials, to be honest. Because I don't want to, I've already put a lot of money into the rig. So I'd rather not spend, $400 or $500 for a damn chair. But I think this chair will probably actually last me a little bit longer if I get if I just get like a butt cushion off Amazon, like one of those the gel ones that look like it's a beehive pattern or whatever. I think that would actually go pretty well with this chair, because the butt kind of is starting to sink into the frame of the chair. So I think that would work okay. And then getting something for my back is definitely something that needs to happen. But SUPLLUEER on Amazon. I think actually, Greg, in the description, I'm pretty sure in the description of the stream, it should have my whole setup, so you can copy and paste it on Amazon if you want. Get a legit race sit with a good cushion. Yeah, I know. I'm probably going to have you guys help me pick a chair when it's time to buy a chair, though. I'll ask for your guys' opinions, probably. I'll ask for the community opinions. Because everybody was like, when I was talking about buying a rig and stuff to build, everybody's like, track racer. I'm like, okay, that's all well and fine, but, just the frame, I think, was going to cost me like $800 or $900. And then I was going to have to spend an extra like $150, $200 for the monitor, triple monitor mount. I'm like, I'm an impatient person. When I want something, I want to get it. And when it comes to stuff like this, if I can get something that is decent-ish quality for cheaper, and it'll last, it might not last as long, but say a track racer's rig lasts 20 years and the SUPLLUEER lasts me 10 years, I'm going to buy the SUPLLUEER. Because by that point, I'll probably have gotten so obsessed with, sim racing even more that I'll probably forego buying the $1,000 track racer rig, and I would go with something even crazier than that, so. Yeah, my vertigear chair is starting to crap out, like, every, 8 years? Oh, after, 8 years. I mean, 8 years for a racing chair, that's damn good. That's damn good. We're already on lap 10. And we are not going very fast. Yeah, cushions have gone and started to feel the frame, yep. Yeah, if I push down hard enough, I can feel the frame on this chair already, so it's not good. But pretty much the $600 was worth it, just for the frame and the mount, the triple monitor mount. The chair was just I know I'm gonna have to replace this within 6 months. I knew, so. But I knew that it would give me time to save up and it would give me time to save up, and then I could get whatever chair I wanted, and the rig I don't have to worry about because it is a decent rig. It is. It's a bear to put together, and the instructions kind of suck. And I mean, I've had to adjust, like when I got the DD Pro, a GT DD Pro, and my DDU. Like I had to move the seat. I had to adjust my pedals when I put my new pedals on here. So, why'd I go up to third? So I mean, I had to play around with it to get it just right, and that was kind of annoying. But that's gonna happen with pretty much any rig that you buy, because you're gonna set it up for your personal preference, one, and then two, you're gonna have to adjust it so that everything matches up perfectly. Which, you know, my DDU sits right in front of the dash in the car, so it's basically like I'm looking right at the dash of the car. It's just, you know, my DDU is displaying the information that I want to see, that's more pertinent for my needs and my uses and what I need to know about the car and what's going on with the car, as opposed to having something a little farther away, harder for me to see because it's on the computer screen. The DDU, you know, was an easy, you know, this is something that'll help me, especially, you know, when we're wanting to do endurance races, and knowing what's going on with your car is one of the most important things other than driving, you know, the actual track. So the DDU was an easy, you know, $200, whatever. Like, it's something that I want, and it looks cool. So it's iRacing gaming chair, a racing. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna look at chat while we're trying to go through the chicane. And we only have one more lap, so. Racing gaming chair technically has legs. I just took the wheels off, put 2-inch dump gliders. Yep. That's pretty much what I would have to do. Yeah, pretty much I'm going to buy the chair and then just have to adjust it so that I can bolt it to the rig. Yeah, I got to upgrade wheels, pedals to current total rig upgrade, including wheels, pedals, looking like $3 grand, give or take. Yep. I spent a little extra because I wanted the Vision, the Porsche Vision GT wheel, because it's like a newer FANATEC wheel. And now that I'm looking back on it, I wish I would have forgone that wheel and spent an extra $300 on the Porsche GT3 wheel, is what I wish I would have done instead. But, oh well, I have a cool wheel that's on my wall, and I might use it every once in a while, but yeah, I want that Porsche GT3 wheel. What's, like, hurting my heart? What's hurting my heart is the fact that FANATEC has a wheel for the M4, but it's like $1,500. And I'm like, there's no way that I can justify spending $1,500 on a simulation race, like a racing simulation wheel. Like, I can't justify $1,500. Brandon, what are you running on? What's your wheel? Are you a Moza guy too? Yeah, you're a Moza guy. You're a Moza guy. If I got sponsored, then I'd love some extra shit. Yeah, wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? I'm digging FANATEC. I'm digging FANATEC, but how their some of their wheels are just so god dang expensive. It just kind of blows my mind. About to pop up. About to pop up, boys. But yeah, $1,500 for a wheel that I really, really, really want. There it is. Booyah. We Class A now, friends. We got that Class A, friends. Congratulations. We did it. We got Class A, friends. Okay, so you have to stay at a 3.0 to keep it. That's interesting. You got to stay at a 3.0 to keep your Class A license. That's kind of that's kind of booty, to be honest, because I thought it'd be like all the other ones where you had to stay at a 2.0, but whatever. Moza R9 V2 with CS wheel button box and custom Formula rim on it, and Moza SRP pedals with the magic haptics on each pedal. Cool. And you're digging the haptics, right? You like the Magic haptics? No, it's 3.0 per season promotion. Yeah, but here, look, no season promotion needed. Congratulations, you have an A Class A license. SR 3.45 out of 3.0 safety rating met. Race clean to maintain it. So, so is it the same? Like I have to keep at least a 2.0? Because I think that's pretty much what it is you have to maintain like at least a 2.0 to keep it. I got to take a pic of my setup and put it on my Discord. I need like now that it's pretty much all done. I definitely need to take some pictures and put it on Threads and Instagram and stuff. And I need to open up my Discord for everybody, which is scary, but um, it only shows promo safety rating. Okay, so I would assume that as long as you keep it 2.0, then you're good. Upgrading my rig is gonna. Let's see. If I upgrade, I'll probably go Moza, but I'm also looking at 3 to 3.5 gap. And upgrading my rig isn't gonna improve my pace, so I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, when the main reason why I did all of this was because I was pretty much getting all I could get out of the G29. Um, so that's pretty much why I was like, you know what, let's go here. The the GTDD Pro with the boost kit seems to be the perfect amount for me right now. Um, I can feel. I'm not going to say that I can feel everything, but I can feel a lot more than I could with the G29, and that has definitely helped. So, I feel like my racing has improved since getting onto a better wheelbase. But yeah, it's pretty much and the pedal upgrade obviously is like huge. Upgrading the pedals was like a game changer for me. Yeah, I pulled the plug during pandemic once. Moza like first came out. Yeah, felt limited with my T150. That's why I upgrade. Yep. Once you feel like it's just not there, the feeling's not there, you're not getting what you want out of it. That's the time to upgrade. But the pedals. Um, so the GTDD Pro came with, you know, the default. I don't even know what they are. The V2. I don't even think they're the V2s. It's like the CSL whatever. Um, but I was like, I'm not gonna go with that. You know, if I'm gonna upgrade to some the load cells, and I was reading reviews on Fanatec's refurbished stuff. So the V3s were $400 and they were $300 if they were refurbished, and they were like half the time the refurbished stuff is just stuff that was like I don't want it and then returned it. So they looked brand new when I opened them up, and I'm like, save $100 for just something that says refurbished? Sure, absolutely, 100%. And like the same with the monitors that I bought for the triple screens. You know, they're all refurbished. They're like $225 monitors that I got for $100 a piece. I mean, that's a no-brainer. They have a warranty on them, so if they go, then it is what it is. I just put them back in the box and send it back, and they send me another one. I have belt system wheel and non-load cell pedals. I definitely, Greg, I'm going to tell you right now because you're also on the G29, right? Or the 920, whichever one. Like you're on a Logitech. You're on a Logitech. I know the struggle, man. Once you upgrade to whether it's Fanatec, Moza, SimMagic, SimCube, whatever you end up going with, it's going to change your life. I had the first R9, but then it failed, and it failed right around the time the V2 was about to come out, and they gave me a brand new V2, and I sent them my old broken. Dude, that's fantastic, fantastic deal. Oh, you're running a Thrustmaster. Okay. Are you doing the 598, or are you on like the? No, the 598's direct drive. So you got like what, the 350 or something like that, but equivalent to the G29 basically. Okay, so that might, yeah, that might be the 150 then. I'm not sure. I'm not, because I was debating on going Thrustmaster just because, you know, at the time I wasn't doing iRacing. I was on Gran Turismo, and I wanted something that was compatible with Gran Turismo, so I ended up going Fanatec just because of the wheel ecosystem. But I'm not mad at it. It's a Dell 32 inch, 165 hertz. Yeah, yeah. The monitors for my triples are 250 gigahertz, or yeah, they're 250 hertz, and they're all 32 inch, and I got them for $100 a piece. The fourth monitor that I ended up getting afterward because I was like, you know, I had to have Chad on my side, you know, where the side of my car is, you know, I have my chat box and stuff. I'm like, this ain't working. So I used Amazon points to get the mount to put on the top, and then I went on Facebook Marketplace and got I want to say my fourth monitor is 165 hertz, and it's a 27 inch, and it was originally like a $200 monitor that was refurbished. It was bought refurbished, and I got it for $35. Greg, I think SimMagic's probably a very, very good choice. I don't know if I'm going to switch. I think if I switch off of Fanatec, I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of like, let's get real. Like, I'm kind of stuck with it right now. I know there's some things that you can buy that, you know, so that I can hook my wheels up to whatever I buy. And I know, I think with SimMagic they have a kit and stuff like that where it just becomes where you have to actually plug it into the, like a cord you have to plug it into the wheel, which sucks, but I think SimMagic is a very solid choice. either Symmetric Alpha or Moses' new boxy design R21. I knew I wanted something that can table mount because I knew I couldn't get a rig in this apartment. Right, yeah, your apartment's small. And DD was just starting to be popular. Then Moza came out and they showed what they can desk mount, and it was like, okay. Moza was like the only DD that was table mounting at the time. Yep. I actually bought the mount for the DD Pro. I spent the extra $30 and got it. I was like, screw it, whatever, just in case. Because I wanted to get the table mount just in case I wanted that extra support on the rig, but it ended up I just was able to. I actually need to check the screws. Need to check the screws on my wheelbase, make sure they haven't come loose at all. Reed, my buddy has a sim trailer and went all sim magic. Cool. A sim trailer. Yeah, the Sim Magic Evo is calling my name with their Neo GT wheel. Such a good looking wheel. Let me take a gander at that. Let me take a look at that. That is pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie. And all the like the dials are flashy. Are those dials LED too? Are those dials LED too? I want to see more pictures. Wow. Yeah. Like this is like my wet dream right now. So yeah. Actually, let's make it a little smaller so that the vertical stream people watching on the vertical can see it too. So yeah, this is my wet dream right now. $1,600. Like, give me a break, Fanatec. Give me a break. Yeah, rents trailer for parties and events for sim rigs. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the LEDs on do I still have that other one up? So here's the SimMagic GT Neo. I mean, that thing is sweet, and that's why I wish I could zoom in to see if maybe it's more. Well, it shows. Nah, bro, the switches are LED. That makes it look so pretty. Like that's a pretty wheel, and I like the. It's almost like like a camo pattern in gray. Like that's yeah. Those switches, those dials are LED. That's sick. I will not switch wheelbases right now. I will not switch wheelbases right now. I will not switch wheelbases right now. But yeah, scroll wheels are not. But yeah, it's a good looking affordable wheel. Yeah. What did it say? Like $200? Just over $200 for that wheel. And then you turn around and you look at this absolutely beautiful, like it is the wheel for the M4 GT3, and they're asking $1,600. Like that's just it's silly. How is that affordable? How do you market this? How do you get people to buy this? Unless they are just hardcore, I need this, which give me long enough, and then I'm probably going to be one of those idiots that actually buys this, in like a year or two. Like, I don't want to spend that kind of money on a wheel like this. I think $1,600 is absolutely stupid. It's stupid to spend that kind of money on this, but it's cool and I really like it. But I'll never do it. Yeah, you're absolutely paying for the name and brand. Like, yeah, that's exactly what you're paying for. FX Pro. Let's look at FX Pro. I mean, that's pretty dope. Wheel of Torque. No, we're not gonna do that right now. Thanks Apex Sim Racing for the trying to get us to do the spin the wheel. I mean, that's dope looking too. I don't want exclusive rewards right now. Yeah, and then they have the 2000 Fanatec has the $2,000 like Bentley wheel. Like, get real. How much is this wheel? Holy balls. Oh, well, that's the FX Pro. Yeah, I mean that's not terrible. Yeah, then they got their podium GT3 wheel, which I feel like they missed. Like, let's get serious. I feel like they screwed up with this wheel. Well, they have it nearly $200 off right now, which yeah, but $775 for a wheel that is. I just feel like they missed the mark on this. They missed the mark on this like big time. I mean, I'm looking at this wheel. I'm like, that's ugly. That is, they missed it, dude. Somebody, whoever designed it, fumbled it real bad. I mean, who wants this little display here at the top? Nobody. And then you have all this open space in the middle. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? Well, I guess you buy the Porsche that faceplate for it, I guess, but still, I feel like it's ugly. I think that wheel is ugly. Let's see. So yeah, I have this wheel. This wheel, it's decent. It's all right. It's neat. GT wheels can be ugly, but don't make your sim wheel ugly. Yeah, like it's a simulation. No, not for the metal plate. No, not for the metal plate, but for the wheel, and you can add that plate onto that wheel. But yeah, like we're gonna hit back. We're gonna hit back. We're gonna look at that ugly ass wheel again. Like $775 for this ugly wheel. Like, come on, Fanatec. Whoever designed this, no, just no. If it looked super dope and cool and not ugly, I would probably think about spending $775 at some point. Like, as a degen, as a degenerate right now. If I had the money and I wanted to buy myself something nice and I was like, man, this wheel is absolutely beautiful, I'm going to drop $775 just because I like it that much. I have no problem doing that. But for this, absolutely not. Not the button box. Yeah, that's literally. It has the small display here, and then it's got all this open space. Like they could have put the they could have put the logo in the middle. They could have done something more than just that polished metal. It's like, okay, it looks clean. That's it. It doesn't look good. It looks boring and clean, but not good. Anyway, I'm done ranting about that. But this is the Porsche Vision GT wheel, which I do have. I have not. I've only used it like for 2 seconds because the one thing that I'm not particularly super fond of is the material for the handles and the top and everything is like it's not a suede, but it's not what's it called? Do 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 do. It is called. All right. Did anybody else find what it said? It's somewhere. Bum. Where is it? Oh, give me a break. It's like it's an Alcantara or something like that. I can't remember what material is. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, it's this is a decent. I think it's a cool looking wheel. Um I think it's a decent looking wheel. The dials and everything are nice and clicky, and the shifters are really nice. You can even upgrade the shifters if you want to, but I'm pretty sure they're already like a magnetic, aren't they? Yeah, they're already magnetic, but you can upgrade the shifters if you want something different. But I mean, it's got the Porsche badge on it, which is the exact same badge they put in their cars. So I mean, ding 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 ding, that's gonna make you make the price go up. Alcantara, a weird feel, and you definitely need gloves for it. Yes. So that's why, when I'm learning, when I'm learning iRacing and I won't feel like I need to grip, I'm not used to gloves yet. The McLaren here, I'm not gonna pull it up on whatever. So everybody that sim races knows what this is. Everybody knows what this wheel is. This is like old dependable, you know, probably everybody that races on a FANATEC has this wheel, and thank God that I bought mine 3 weeks before they decided to discontinue it. Um, but it's got good grip and it feels right, and it feels like a tank, and it feels durable. And I could probably throw this outside, run it over with my truck, and I could still throw it on my wheelbase, and it would fire right up and work just fine. Uh, the Porsche wheel, this Porsche wheel, it's like a luxury. This is more of a, I feel like being fancy today. This is what flavor I feel like, this is what flavor I'm feeling today. I feel like being bougie. So I'm going to drive my Porsche today, kind of deal. Now it's not, it's based off the Vision GT in Gran Turismo, which is neat, but I like it. I think it feels pretty good. The only thing that I kind of have an issue with is with the thumb holds, like right here, kind of how it comes off like that. The thumb holds isn't exactly as, it doesn't feel as natural as like the McLaren wheel does, but it still feels good. Don't get me wrong. I own the Fanatec V2 Formula wheel, main competitor to the GT McLaren wheel. Yeah, The V2 Formula wheel's good. That's a good old dependable wheel too. Um. So yeah, 1600. I think it was on sale last week. Maybe not. If it ever somehow comes on sale for like $1,000, then I'm probably gonna just pucker up and take it. Like I don't know. I love BMW. I love I love the M4. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, the Wheel Formula V version 2.5. I mean, this looks good. This is a good looking Formula wheel. I mean, I think it looks pretty dang good. I like the carbon fiber. I like all the buttons. I like the dials here, rotaries here. Like it's a good looking Formula wheel, and it's only $400. And I say only $400. I still think it's on the expensive side. Like all these steering wheels are expensive, but um, so I'm not upset that I got the Vision GT wheel, but what I was like, oh, I'll just get this wheel. I don't feel like spending $700 on this. Let me find the leather one because I would definitely get it in leather. I would not be getting it in suede. Yeah, I would not be getting it in suede. I would want this in leather. So they have the Porsche GT3 wheel, which is cool. I mean, it's exactly the wheel that's in the 911 GT3Rs. Like, that's the wheel. It's dope. It's cool. So for the immersion purposes, if you want to act like you're in your 911 GT3R, you just plug this bad mother trucker in and go for a spin. But it's $775. What wheel were we looking at that was 775 bucks earlier? Yeah. No, it wasn't this one. But it was pretty that was pretty much it, right? Yeah, their GT3 endurance wheel. Poop. Looks like crap. Boring. People don't want to buy that. I feel like there's a lot of wheels that are on their website right now that I bet nobody buys. Version 2.5X. Oh, because it's for Xbox. Okay. Although I feel like that's more expensive than the other one, isn't it? Yeah, it is more expensive. Why is it more expensive? Does it have more buttons? I don't think it has more buttons. I don't know. But yeah, that that's a good looking Formula wheel. That looks cool. I would not be upset to see that connected to my wheelbase on my rig. Red and has Alcantara. I love it. Gotcha. Yeah, so FANATEC, I love FANATEC, but that's probably my biggest gripe is how expensive it is. And then the McLaren wheel, which was like a $200 wheel, then it was a $250 wheel, then it was a $300 wheel, and they just discontinued the McLaren wheel, and it was like old dependable. They would throw it on and use it all the time, every day. It's a solid wheel. It's great, and it looks good. And they discontinue it, and then they try to follow it up with like, you know, you know, this wheel, which is fine. I like this wheel. Don't get me wrong, but they need like a better option for like a GT3 wheel. I feel. Uh, so they have the M3 wheel, which I mean, it's a replica. It's like the actual one that is in their M3 GT2s. Like, okay, whatever. It's not that great looking, but I don't know. And then you look at Simagic and all that bundle builder. And here's the other thing. Are you telling me that a Simagic Alpha U direct drive wheelbase with 23 Newton meters of power is $949? Whereas when you go to, did I close that Fanatec window? I did. When Fanatec is charging like $1,500 for their 25 Newton meter wheelbase, like, good God, man. Yeah, it's 930 for me. It's crazy. Um, yeah, like, oh, we're yeah. Okay, here's so let's go wheelbases. So the DD2 QR2, $1,600, 25 Newton meters of torque. And I mean, the QR2 is nice. I didn't notice that this one actually came with a metal QR2. That's kind of nice. The quick release is actually the male part to the quick release is actually metal. That looks good, but still, $1,600. You know that kind of sucks. What's the DD plus 12? 15 Newton meters. Yeah. So pretty much, if I was to stick with Fanatec, which at if at all possible, I want to, just because I've already invested enough, and I have one, two, I have three Fanatec wheels already. I would like to stay with Fanatec because I do like their wheel selection. I just think their prices are just a little much. Um, but I think at some point they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, okay, we need to put something more affordable on there that everybody's gonna want to be like, oh, I can spend $300 on this wheel because that's pretty much what the what the average range I feel like is for a lot of wheels is between like two to $400 is like reasonable price. But then you're like, I'm spending 200, 300, $400 on something that is driving something imaginary. Like, you got to think about that. The hobby that we're in is an expensive hobby. So it is what it is. But I think at some point, Fanatec's going to wake up and they're like, yeah, we need to push some other products out that, are a little more on the affordable side that is going to it's going to get people talking, like the McLaren GT3 wheel did. The McLaren GT3 wheel was a big hit, but I mean, this is my wet dream right here. Like, I would absolutely, I love the look of it. It's super, super awesome looking. And I'm pretty sure the dials on this one are LEDs too. It's friggin' awesome. Super sweet. But anyway, all right, we're done. We're done complaining about prices of everything. We're done complaining. One day, one day I might. But all right, let's go ahead and look. So GT3's challenge is Okayama, which, oh, is Okayama like one of the free tracks that you get automatically? Is that like one of the free ones you get? IMSA Endurance Series is, this is the last week for Indianapolis. And there are no more sessions. They are all bye-bye. Where are the GTEs? GTEs back. Where are they at next week? Mount Panorama. We will not be running that. IMSA next week is at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we will run IMSA next week. It's going to be hectic and it's going to be absolutely crazy. But I guess we should probably practice Indy. I've never driven the Indy road course, so that'll be interesting to learn. But I mean, it's doable, right? So IMSA next week, we will concentrate on doing that. What else? I honestly don't know if I can stay awake another, because if we did this, if we did the GT3 challenge, it's at 10:15. That's in 42 minutes and 38 seconds. The race is 20 minutes. Practice is 8, or practice is 3. Qualifying's 8. So that would put us at not getting off here till nearly 11 o'clock. Like last night, we were on till like 11:30, and I about died. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I about died. So I honestly don't know if I can stay awake to run the 10:15 because we've already been live for a couple hours. I really, really, really want to run it, but where did I say this is at next week? Okayama. So yeah, we can run Okayama next week, which is another track that I have no idea about. So we would be learning that too. Next week's just going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be a lot of learning, a couple different tracks, multiple tracks actually, because if we're really getting serious about doing a Nurburgring, then where are you at? Is it a Class B? Uh-oh. No. Is it a Class D? It is. Greggy, I am mistaken. The NEC is a Class D. So, first time slot's 2 a.m. for me. So it'd be midnight for Greggy. And that would be 3 a.m. for Mr. Fate, aka Brandon. And then there's a noon and a 7 and an 8 a.m. on Sunday. So there'd be a noon and a 7. So my thinking is if we can get up to a decent pace, I would probably do the noon solo. Oh yeah, no, it's a class D. D is in dog. D is in David. D is in David. Oh no, Greggy, no. All right, well, Greggy's canceled. Greggy's canceled. Uh, so yeah, the 20th. Like my my wife and my kids are leaving at like 4 in the morning on the 20th. I'm going to probably sleep for another like hour after they leave. Then I'm gonna go get myself a huge breakfast. Uh, and then I'm gonna have dessert after breakfast because I already told yeah, then I would, but it won't be able to. Yeah, it's all right, dude. We're gonna have plenty of time to do stuff together. We're gonna have plenty of time to do stuff together later, especially once like next year rolls around and we got all these 24 hours and 12 hours and 6 hour races. Yeah, I'm gonna have an extra week of vacation coming to me next year. So I'm gonna have even more time to take off, and I'm not gonna have to like do a surgery and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have some time to take off work and do all these endurance races. So, um, so yeah, my my family's gonna leave about 4 in the morning. I'm gonna go back and sleep a couple more hours. Get up, eat breakfast. The restaurant I'm really friends with one of the I'm good friends with one of the waitresses, and the owners know us. They know our family and whatever, and they're always super nice. And so I talked them into ordering a baklava cheesecake. If there's anybody out there that knows what baklava is, baklava. So they're especially ordering me a baklava cheesecake that will be there that Saturday that they leave, and I will probably eat a piece there, and then I'll take the rest of the cheesecake home to eat on for the next week. And then we'll come home and we'll start practicing, and then we'll run the noon probably solo. And then I mean, if Brandon wants to, if he wants to run a team race, then him and I, and then maybe my current setup is rough to sit in for even the 3 hours I race right now. Yeah, I get it. It'll be good though, because right now I can tell you right now that if I had to pull like a double stint, so like a straight hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes in the car, it'd be pretty rough. Just with the way that this seat is and everything like that. Like I said, it'll do for now, but it's definitely gonna need something or replaced entirely. So like doing having enough people to do like a single stint. I run my stint. I get up and I walk around. I sit in my actual office chair. I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. Uh, but doing the 4 hour at noon on my own would probably be pretty rough. And then doing the 7 o'clock with a team of three, maybe four. Who knows? It just depends on who wants to join up. Who wants to who wants to team up with the Brat? Pretty much is what it is. Um, but yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to run the first one solo as kind of like my warm up, and then jump into the 7 o'clock with like a team of people from the community would be really fun. And then if I'm feeling super frisky, I could turn around, go to sleep, wake up, and do the 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. But I think after doing a total of 8 hours at Nurburgring on Saturday, I probably won't want to do the Sunday one. But anyways, let's see. Because what else we got going on next week? Where is Rainmaster at next week? Because It's at Indianapolis, so that would be really good practice for the Indy 6 hour. That would be very, very, very good practice for the Indy 6 hour, which I'm gonna look at it again because the Indy 6 hour should be under what, C class? Indy 6 hour. So I'm gonna look at this again because hear me out. I am off. I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My wife works Friday, so I have the kids on my own, so I can't do the 5 o'clock on Friday. There is a Saturday. I work Saturday. Rocco, thank you for coming and hanging out. I appreciate you. You take care. I'll keep an eye out for you tomorrow if you're gonna stream or do anything, or you got school. You're back in school now, aren't you? So, but if I see you around, I'll holler at you. For the Indy 6 hour, what we could potentially do, which is an absolutely crazy idea, and I would probably absolutely regret it the next day, is I could, if we got a team together, we could run the 7 p.m. slot and we could I could technically run that because it would go because how long are the practices and everything? Is there how long's the practice? It doesn't say. Anyway, for sake of argument, I have another buddy doing the Indy 6 hour with a team. That's what I was doing yesterday on hosted. It's a fun track in the M4. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Because I would technically only have 6 days to get ready for it. But anyway, um, for sake of argument, let's just say total time 6.5 hours. So that would take me to about 1:30 in the morning, and I would turn around, probably try and fall asleep directly afterward, and then average lap time is about 125, 126, and I was getting 127 yesterday average first try. Okay, okay, huh. Now this might be something to think about if we can get a team together to do that on Saturday. Because our buddy Victor's going to be running LMP2s, I think, for the Indy 6 hour. I'm not sure what time slot he's doing. I would assume he's probably doing the late Saturday night one. But see what Greggy's saying. No line on either. Super fun track. Gotcha. Oh, that might be like the third or fourth track that we have to practice next week. We have so many options for next week that I just can't make my mind up. In order to be competitive, what I probably should concentrate on is Nurburgring next week. That's probably what I should like. I should be focusing on it for like the next 3 weeks in order to get ready for the 4 hour, possibly multiple 4 hour endurance races. But yeah, so for sake of argument, we say six and a half, 6 hours, 45 minutes total for the race. So I would probably only get like 3 hours of sleep before I would have to turn around and go to work. That is if I stayed up the entire time. If I say I ran my stints at the beginning and the middle of the race and then said, okay, guys, surprise me. Don't screw up too bad. Go to bed. I'm going to bed or whatever. And then say I'm out at like midnight. or whatever. I think that's, that's doable, right? I would be suffering and I would want to die the next day because I'd be so tired. It's just there's a lot of possibilities for what we can do next week. So I don't know. Where did I say IMSA was next week? IMSA's at Indy as well. IMSA's at Indy. IMSA's at Indy. The Indy 6 hour. GT3 Challenge is at Okayama. This is done for the season now, right? Yeah. So yeah, there's tons of options that we have. We got options. But let's let's do this then. They still have practices open. So we'll go ahead and register for practice at Indy. Rage likes coffee. Hello, friend. Haven't seen you in a little while. How you doing, buddy? Um, so yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll join this practice session, run a few laps around it, try and get a feel for it, and we'll see how we do. I did watch quite a bit of. I did watch our friend Fox Rob. Fox Rob ran the IMSA Endurance today at Indy. He was in the LMP2 as well. Wait, why are there two chats? I am not blind, bro. What? Had to study, so sorry for that. Oh no, you're good, man. You got stuff going on. I appreciate you coming in today. Why are there two chats? Oh, you mean like here? What? Well, there's two chats because we're running the vertical stream and the horizontal stream. Quite sure what he means. So I saw Fox Rob run IMSA Endurance today at Indy. So I now we just kind of need to scope out, braking areas, and the lines will just come when they do, because I can kind of already see it in my head looking at the trap. Oh, booping the mic. I can already kind of see the lines as I'm looking at the track, like where the line probably should be. So, oh, great. And it's in the rain. Why is it raining? Failed tech. Tech failed. Is it my wheel? Weird. Okay. Center front splitter height. Well, like, how do we change that? Is it because we don't have a setup? We need to have a setup for it? Well, how do you change the center front splitter height? I don't know. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the congratulations. I also need to congratulate you for hanging out. You need 500K before GTA 6. LOL. Just doing the iRacing setups. Okay. Well, how about Daytona Endurance? Okay.
You're on a dry tire.
I'm also on dry tires. Thank you, crew chief. Baseline wet. See, Greggy knows more about this than I do. Oh, we also need to get into a group that doesn't have 20 million cars on it because I am not ruining anybody's day. So let's see how big of a ass we can make of ourselves trying to practice Indy. Oh, I thought I thought the cones were back there. I can't see in the rain. This is scary. Maybe call Greg at your home and play the game for you. I mean, I should. Alright, so the cones are farther out. Noted. Well, rain is good practice. Hold on a cotton pick a minute. Why are my race labs not up? There. Because I need a track map. Thank you. There's wipers, man. I know there's wipers. Oh my god, it's so hard to see the pavement.
You got the black flag. You didn't exit the pit safely. You have to drive through the pits without stopping.
Well,
Go,
they
go,
can,
go!
they can suck my nuts, because I'm not doing that. Yeah, it feels weird. Actually, let's do this. Because I got to switch the button. Because I just have the windshield wipers as like a not continuous. So let's change that real quick. Do. Drive. Control. Excuse me. We're gonna switch that. Okay, there. Fixed it. Now we can see. So let's see where the pit exit actually goes. So does it actually make you go out here? Yes, it does. Okay. Noted.
You got the black flag. You didn't
Oh,
exit
shut
the pit
up.
safely. You have to drive
I
through the
know.
pits without stopping.
I'll get out of the pit lane at some point. We'll drive at some point. Good driver never miss an exit on a highway, even if it means reversing on the road, and a real sim racer never uses automatic continuous wiper, even if you can't see anything. I had my limiter on, I thought. Gee, mini Christmas, we're never getting out of the pits. Watch me be a rookie. That's the name of the game tonight. I think that means it's time for bed, too. You still cross the curves right more than you did. Yep. Sure does. I saw, as soon as I slid, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm squinting hardcore here. And it kind of goes like a this, like a this. You are the pit god. And I'd say probably about here.
You cut that corner and got a slow down penalty.
I couldn't see the corner. The pavement's wet. I can't see. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Yeehaw.
You've got wheel damage.
I know. Now we really have damage. 100% nothing. I'm glad you at least got out of pits today. I did. We made it out of the pits in the rain. This is a mess. The rain is really going to be a problem, y'all. I'm going to be that guy on the endurance team that's like, it's about to rain. We have to pull Bratwurst out of the car immediately. That's going to be me. Or, hey, it's starting to get dark out. We need to pull Brat out of the car. And it doesn't like the speeding on the curbs there. Do not accelerate on the curbs in the rain. Got it. Cold and wet tires. Yep. This is great. I'm never going to drive a race car in the rain in my life. I will drive my truck. Because... Okay, the curb is there. I saw the curb. Too late. But I saw it. Saw that way too late, but whatever. Oh my god. Yeehaw. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is a mess. broke way too fast. Should have broke a lot harder than that. Volvo, FH, or Peterbilt. In India, the bigger semi-trucks are called trucks, but we don't have Ford Raptor and stuff like that. I have a TRD Pro. I drive a Tundra. I drive a bigger truck, but not like semi. There's the curb. See, I found it. It was really hard to see, but I found it. Yeah, it's like, man, seeing in this crap sucks. It's hard for me to see here. This is a mess. I just wanted to learn the track, not drive around in the rain and learn it. I mean, we're only running a 201. I mean, that's terrible, but still. It was good to see you, Rage. It was good to see you. I put it in reverse, but whatever.
We've got damage on the back end.
Well, no, duh. Ow. I feel like we shouldn't be sliding that much, but... I need to call my cable company tomorrow. Even though it's Labor Day, I'm calling them. Because I'm not dealing with the latency issues either. Hope everybody's having fun like me. Hooray! How long do you think I can do this? How long can I keep the donut going? I mean, pretty much forever, right? You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I'd really rather not try and learn a track in the rain. No offense. That's weird. My trading paints went down too. Weird. All right. I think we're gonna call it. I think I think not being able to make it out of the pits and not being able to see and stuff was kind of an indication that maybe it's time to go to bed. That and actually getting, because by the time I actually fall asleep, I'll get like 6.5 hours of sleep. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna get up and run in the morning. I'm gonna get up and run in the morning to see if maybe getting my blood flowing and getting some, because it's actually pretty decently cool in the morning right now here where I live. It's going to be like 54 degrees when I go out and run. So I'm hoping that maybe getting some super early in the morning activity maybe will help me with the exhaustion that I've been dealing with for the last couple weeks. Well, actually, couple months, pretty much. So as it sits right now, I'm supposed to be awake in like 6 hours. So I'm gonna get off here. You guys are awesome. We got the A-class license tonight, so that mission has been completed. Hopefully, we can keep it for a while. Uh, we'll have we have so many different, you know, we have a lot of different options for next week, and we have a lot of different choices we need to make as far as like running endurance, what we want to do. So, like I said, I got to be up in 6 hours because I'm going to try and get up and run. But at the same point in time, if I didn't go run, then I could sleep like 7.5 hours, which is crazy to think about. I don't know. I told myself I'm going to run, so I'm going to run. That's the right decision, right? So we'll see if maybe getting up and running, 2.5 miles before I do my regular morning routine gives me a little extra energy tomorrow. Um, Whether I stream tomorrow night or not is kind of up in the air. Look out for the notifications or posts on social media or Discord or whatever. But it's kind of an up in the air thing. It just kind of depends on how I feel and if, you know, we're going to be streaming Tuesday morning, probably starting around 8:30, and we're probably going to stream until 2:30. So we're probably going to do at least 6 hours of streaming on Tuesday. Um, so if I don't see you tomorrow night, I'll definitely see you on Tuesday. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me again tonight. You guys are freaking awesome. Now we start the road to 100 subscribers, and I'm glad you're all here with me to, make that journey. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Maybe. If not, I'll see you all Tuesday. Deuces, peace. Catch you on the flip flop later.